Hey everybody, I am back here with another video. This is the Scents of Days Gone By series. It's the warm wax review series that I do. As always, if you don't want to watch the entire video, please check out the video description below. It'll have timestamps and a listing of all the scents that I melted so you can pick and choose or see if anything interests you. If it doesn't, just not watch the video. It's not going to hurt my feelings. Okay, so let's just get into it right away. I do have a whole stack over here of Candles by Victoria, 4 of them actually. I do want to talk about that I melted. Okay, I'm really shaky today. I'm really sorry. I don't know what's going on if I'm hungry, but I'm going to try my best to hold everything steady. This first one here is Frankincense and Myrrh. And as always kind of surprises me whenever I melt vendor wax. Sometimes you see the title and you're like, oh, this must be like a frankincense and myrrh fragrance oil or something, but it's actually really not. If you look at the scent description, it's warm vanilla with musky undertones and orange with a touch of patchouli. So it's actually like other fragrances they blend and call frankincense and myrrh. So it's not actually frankincense and myrrh. Not that I really know what that sounds like. I did put this scent shot in the Glade Warmer in my bedroom. This one did not melt all the way. And this is in the newer wax formula, but it was like just a hot mess in the Glade Warmer. There was hardened wax all around the edge, and there was a lot of it on one side of the warmer bowl in particular that I remember. So I did put this one on. It melted for about 5 to 6 hours. When I came back at the 5 to 6 hour point, couldn't really smell too much at all. So it was hard to tell if this one was just really not that good of a thrower, because even when it was just starting to melt, I couldn't really smell as much, or if it's just the fact that it just didn't melt very well all the way, because the wax is still too hard that it just, there was not enough surface area for the melted wax pool. But anyways, I'm really not a big fan of this scent. I don't really know. There's something in here I really don't like. Maybe it's patchouli. I never thought that I didn't like patchouli, but maybe this one has a very strong patchouli scent. Sorry, you can see it. My hand is shaking here. Anyways, I'm not a big fan of the scent. The throw was not great. It was about a medium throw. That might have had something to do with the fact that the wax just didn't melt that well. I talked about that one for 2 minutes. So anyways, you guys get the point. Okay, this next one from Candles by Victoria is Watermelon and Lime. And this one had a good throw. I put this one on the other day in the 24-watt hot plate in the kitchen. My husband picked this one out. He really liked the scent. I like the scent. You can definitely get the watermelon. It's a tad bit stronger, but it has that edge of that zesty kind of lime scent. So this one is a good blend of the two. I really like this one. Probably one of my favorites of the week. Melted all the way in the 24-watt hot plate. This is in their original harder wax formula, but that one did melt pretty well in the 24-watt hot plate, and I really like that one. Good throw. So that one was a nice one. This next one here is another one of my favorites of the week, Tokyo Spring. This one is a remelt for me. The first time I melted it, I just absolutely loved it. It had a good throw. This time again, it had a high to a good throw, so definitely a decent throw in my 24-watt hot plate in my bedroom. This time it smelled more fruity though. The first time I melted it, I just remember it smelling kind of crisp and beautiful, a really well rounded, full-bodied kind of scent. This time I definitely smelled fruit in it, and it kind of surprised me. I did melt this one all night, so it was on for about 12 hours, and I could still smell a tinge of it in the morning. So there was a little bit of throw left at the 12-hour point. Now what is in here is fresh air, Japanese grapefruit, spring melons, rose, lotus blossom, lily of the valley with base notes of bamboo and white musk. And this time around, for some reason, I was just picking up, it must have been the grapefruit and the melon scent, just more than I did the first time. But it's still an absolutely just beautiful scent. It's kind of floral, slightly powdery, fruity. It's just a really good one and a good performer. Now this last one here from Candles by Victoria, I am not a big fan of at all. This one is Strawberries and Champagne. So when I first got this, I was like, oh wow, it must smell like strawberries and champagne, but it's not. It's actually a dupe of a Victoria's Secret scent, which I was not aware of. The scent description says juicy fruit aroma with effervescent notes and a warm, sensual background. I just do not like the scent. It just smells like soap. Just a really clean, soapy smell. I mean, it's fine if you want, at least to me, a soap smell, but when I hear the title Strawberries and Champagne, I think it should smell like strawberries and champagne, but I get it. It's a dupe of a perfume. It is what it is, but it just smells like straight up soap to me. I've never smelled the original one from Victoria's Secret, so I don't know what that smells like. It was a high throw in my 24-watt hot plate in my bedroom, so the throw was decent. I just don't like the scent. Okay, I've got a stack over here from Candles from the Keeping Room. A couple of these I put on before I went to bed. This is one of them, And as what happens when I put something on right before I go to bed, sometimes I just don't remember very well how the throw was. So this one was Clean Green. I searched her website, cannot find a scent description to save my life. I might have missed it. But this one just kind of has like a clean green scent, I guess is really the best way to say it, exactly as described. So I had this one on in the Glade Warmer before I went to bed. I do remember it throwing at like a medium. It really wasn't that potent before I fell asleep, and when I woke up the next morning, couldn't really smell anything. So I would have to remelt that one to see, but the scent itself, you guys, is really, really good. This next one here is light blue type, and obviously this has got to be a dupe of some kind of, I'm assuming some kind of cologne, because it definitely has like a masculine cologne scent to me, like just warm and manly kind of smell. So this is another one I put on in the Glade Warmer before I went to bed, and once again, I'm going to classify this one as a medium as well, just because I don't remember smelling it that much before I went to sleep, and I don't remember smelling it in the middle of the night when I woke up that much, or when I woke up at the end in the morning either, so I would want to reassess this one. The scent itself is Granny Smith, Sicilian, Citron, Jasmine, White Rose, Asian Bamboo, Cedarwood, and Amber. So it's a really fabulous scent. Once again, I just need to remelt it because I fell asleep on it and I just don't remember. Okay, this next one here I did not like. This one, Candles from the Keeping Room, Manuka Lavender. So when I got this one, you know, it says Manuka Lavender, and I just honed in on the lavender, and I was like, this has got to be lavender. Okay, now I know I don't like it once I looked at the scent description. So first of all, in the Glade Warmer in my bathroom, good throw. This one was really nice and strong. Just sucks that I didn't like the scent, and here is why. When I looked at the scent description, the Manuka, assuming I'm saying that correctly here, Manuka, part of it is a New Zealand Manuka honey scent blended with lavender and bergamot. So I tend to not like honey scents. Most of them I just don't like, and I didn't realize that was what was in here. That was what I did not like. That honey scent in here is really strong, and I just don't like it. It's kind of like a floral pretty honey scent, but it's just not for me. If you guys do like honey, this one is not super obvious. I mean, I've never heard of New Zealand Manuka honey. Maybe I'm like the last one to know, and all of you guys are out there secretly talking about this honey that I've never heard of. But anyways, if you guys like honey, check out this one. That one is definitely strong on a honey scent, and a good performer too. Okay, the next one here is from Daphne's Divine. This one is Pink Strawberry Lemon Cookies. This one is a remelt for me. The first time I melted it, it was like, I think it was like a high to a good throw according to my notes here. This one, I put it on in the 24-watt hot plate in my kitchen. It was like a high throw. When I was in the kitchen, I could smell it fairly easily, but it didn't like go all the way out to my living room as much as some of my other scents do, but I could still smell it when I was in the kitchen. Really nice scent. This one is like a very sweet, thick strawberry scent primarily. It almost smells like a strawberry jam type of scent, and you can also get the pink sugar in there as well, but I think the strawberry and the pink sugar are probably the strongest notes, but that is definitely a nice scent. I think I've got 1 or 2 left of that one. This next one here from Front Porch, one of my favorites of the week, Blue Sugar Marshmallow Noel. Blue Sugar is one of those scents that I really love, and I love pink sugar. I love blue sugar, and whenever I can find a good blue sugar blend, it's just great because sometimes I kind of get pink sugared out because I melt that one quite frequently, and blue sugar is like a nice alternative to it. This one is just really, really good. It's just a straight up like just mostly bakery scent with the blue sugar in there. And the blue sugar actually goes really well with it. You know, the Vanilla Bean Noel is like a sugar cookie scent, so it just smells really, really awesome. I put 2 grubbies at a time in the 24-watt hot plate. Did pretty well both times, although the second time I melted it, for some reason, it just seemed to do better that day. It must have agreed with my nose more. And the second time I melted it, I left it on accidentally when we left the house to run errands. So by the time we came back, it had probably been melting for like 8 hours. And as soon as I walked into the kitchen, I could smell it. And I was like, wow, like it was just a really, really great scent. So, and it was a good throw overall between the 2 times that I melted it. So definitely a good performer. Decent length of throw, I would consider. And if you like blue sugar bakery scents, that one is a keeper. That one is absolutely fabulous. And I think I've got one more bag left of it. This next one here from Haley's Heavenly Scents. This one is Reindeer Poo from Haley's Heavenly Scents. And I melted 3 of these so far. One time, 1 scallop at a time. So the first time I melted it, this one was like really, really good. I melted it in the Glade Warmer. Sorry, my husband is over there crinkling. I melted it in the Glade Warmer in the bathroom, and it had like a good throw. It was nice and strong. It was mostly a pine scent is what I was smelling. The next 2 times I melted it, once in the 24-watt hot plate, once in the Glade Warmer in the bedroom. And for some reason, those 2 times, I just couldn't smell it that much. Like, I could smell it, but not nearly as strong as it was the first time. So it was like a good throw in my bathroom. And I know obviously my bathroom is smaller than my bedroom, but my bathroom is fairly large, so, but more enclosed. Okay, you guys know what I'm trying to say, but it surprised me that it was like a good throw the first time I melted it, and then kind of more of like a medium to high throw the second 2 times I melted it. But regardless, it's a good enough performer all around that I would absolutely go back and buy this. It is a really great pine scent. What are you crinkling over there?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you crinkling, crinkling, crinkling. What are you doing? My husband's trying to tell me to shush. You don't tell me to shush? He's trying to tell me to shush again. Okay, anyway, so good, really good pine scent. And what is in here is apples, pears, eucalyptus, pine, geranium, vanilla, cedarwood, and patchouli. So lots of different scents in there, but just a really good winter forest scent. So like I said, the performance seemed to vary quite a bit, but overall I would still say it's a decent performance. I would absolutely get that again. This next one here is from Rosegirls, and it is Very Lovely Ice Cream. And this is a one of the pies that I got, and the Berry Lovely blends is like, they've got like a Berry Lovely blend that they do, and it's a kind of like a secret blend, and then they blend that with like either you know, their monster cookie scent or marshmallow smoothie. I think in this case this one was vanilla ice cream. I'm pretty darn sure she didn't write it on here as ice cream, but I'm pretty sure that's what it was. I've had a couple of the other Berry Lovely blends like birthday cake and etc. And this one, the ice cream one, is my favorite. They've got a really good ice cream scent. It's very thick, very authentic, very sweet. Now the Berry Lovely blend in itself, I'm pretty sure has some kind of blackberry jam scent, because I definitely get that weird floral undertone from this one. On cold, it's quite strong on the undertone. And on hot though, the undertone is not as strong, but I could still smell it. I took a pie slice, I cut it up into 2 pieces, both times in the 24-watt hot plate in the kitchen. It was about a medium throw overall. This one was really not one of the stronger ones I've run across from Rosegirls, at least to me. But that undertone at least was definitely more subtle when I was melting it. And anyway, anyways, if you guys like blackberry jam, you would probably really like this one. And I think I've heard, I think one of the more popular ones is like the Berry Lovely birthday cake. I think is one of the more popular ones, but I would still melt that. It's still a nice scent. It's just not one of my favorites, I would say. Now this next one from Rosegirls, I am a really big fan of this scent. This one is Lemon Cotton Candy Ice Cream Cake. And I don't remember if somebody bought this for me when they shopped for me at the store, but just look how, you know, pretty that chunk is. Smells absolutely gorgeous. It's just got a really good tart, but somehow sweet lemon. And you can get that ice cream scent in here, and it's just really, really good. And it pretty much smells on hot exactly the same way that it does when I am smelling it here on cold. Sorry, I'm like sitting over here sniffing it, so I'm like, my mind's all crazy. Anyways, this one had a high throw when I melted it in the 24-watt hot plate. So I absolutely love this one. Decent performer. I would absolutely get that one again. That one I may consider like getting, maybe not like in a pie, but like in a loaf. It's definitely something I would not mind getting like a larger amount of. Okay, this next one here is Scentsy, and I remembered I had some Scentsy left over, so I'm like, I need to finish melting through my Scentsy. This one is an apple press. I put this one on in the 24-watt hot plate in the kitchen both times, so I got 2 melts out of this one. This one is a really, really nice apple scent, very juicy, very authentic. Now, when I smell this, I mostly smell apple. When I looked at the scent description, it's actually apples, pears, with a hint of roses. I did not... Maybe now that I know that that's in there, I can kind of smell it. Maybe I can smell the pear, but definitely it's mostly an apple scent. It's a really, really nice scent. Absolutely loved it. High to a good throw every time I melted it, or both times that I melted it in the 24-watt hot plate. So that one is a good performer. This next one here, also from Scentsy. Maybe I should try to cover his name. Too late. Well, it's already there. This one here is in Pumpkin Roll, which is creamy pumpkin pie filling, yellow cake pecans, and butter and spice. This one, I put it on in the Glade Warmer in the entryway 2 times. The first time, it was like very strong, filled up my entire entryway. The second time, it really didn't seem as strong for some reason. So I'm going to call this one like a high throw overall. You can definitely get like, they say creamy pumpkin pie filling. I definitely got more of a spicy pumpkin kind of scent. But I really do like this one. I would consider getting it again. I will say here though, and it's been a while since I melted Scentsy. I do the freezer method to get my wax out. When I did the freezer method the second time, it was a hell of a time getting the wax out. It just was not coming out. I even ran like super hot water on the back of the plate after it had frozen, and it was not coming out. So for some reason, it just was stuck in that warmer plate. I don't know what that was about. Okay, this next one here from Sniff My Tarts. This one is absolutely one of my favorites of the week in blueberry bread. And I got this at the last opening, and I think a couple people had said that this one was a really good scent. So I got like a half sheet cake of it on its own. I've only melted this once, but this is hands down probably my favorite blueberry scent I have run across. I like the scent on cold, but let me tell you, when it was hot, it was just fabulous. It is just a really nice blueberry scent. It's not like that super thick, like kind of a little artificial blueberry scent. It just smelled like an authentic blueberry. Now, when I smell it on cold, it's okay, but like I said, on hot, this one is just better. Don't ask me how that works. But this one is the smell of warm baked bread and blueberry, so I'm pretty sure it's not zucchini bread. It's just a regular bread note, but the blueberry in here is the standout. It was a good throw in my 24-watt hot plate, although it did seem to throw like a good for about 3 hours, and then it did start to decline to about like a medium to a high throw. So, but regardless, whatever. This is a fabulous scent for people out there that like blueberry. I actually ordered another half sheet cake at the last opening, and then I think I also blended that with like Vanilla Bean Noel, because it's a really good blueberry scent, you guys, if you have not tried that one before. Okay, the next one here is from Starlit Candles. This one here is in Sticky Jelly Donuts. They were 5 of like the Sunburst Scallop Tarts. I melted two in the 24-watt hot plate, and then 3 of them in the 24-watt hot plate. It was a high to a good throw. Did pretty darn well. Whenever I see jelly notes, I think sometimes they're grape jelly, sometimes it's like a strawberry jelly. This one smelled to me definitely more like strawberry. I'm not sure if it is, and you guys know my nose is stupid. I could be way off, but it definitely smelled like a strawberry jam kind of scent to me. I really like this one. This one was probably one of my favorites of the week. Like I said, a high to a good throw, good performance, really good scent. This next one here from Starlit Candles is Vampire Bite. I don't have the scent description, but you guys can see this is coming up on about a year old. I have melted this one before. The first time I melted it, it was like, it threw like for a long time. I think I had it on for like 24 hours. It threw for forever, and it was a really good throw. This time the throw was not as good as I remembered, but like I said, it is a year old. It was more of like a high to a good throw this time around. I melted it in the entryway one time in the Glade and one time in the 24-watt hot plate in the kitchen. My husband really liked this one. This is a really effervescent, juicy cherry scent and a really good cherry scent. It smells fabulous. Probably my all-time favorite cherry scent. I will stand by this one. It's just, even being a year old, it still did really good. But when the wax was newer, I remember this one like just blowing me out of the house with its performance. That one is really good. Okay, now this next one from Starlit Candles. This one is in whipped cream over fresh blackberries and lemon custard. This one is also about a year old, coming out of this one as well. The first time I melted it, it was a good throw. This time when I melted it, it was more of like, well, it varied. I put it in the Glade warmer in the entryway, and it was like a medium. And then I put it in the 24-watt hot plate in the kitchen, and it was about a high throw. So overall, it may have averaged out to about a high, but like I said, the wax is a year old, so you got to take that into account as well. Now, I'm not a huge fan of the scent because this has that really tart lemon curd scent, and I do not like lemon curd at all. Yeah, it's a very strong on the lemon curd, just not my type of scent, but the wax is a good performer, so if you guys like lemon curd, I would check that one out. Okay, this next one here is from Super Tarts, and this one here is in Buttercream Mint Ice Cream. This is a remelt for me. This one, it was about a high throw, and I put it in my 24-watt hot plate in my bedroom. This is a really great scent. It's like relaxing and creamy and minty, but because of the ice cream scent in there, it's almost like, you know, bakery and like, to me, kitchen-y. So I melted this in the bedroom, but I think I could probably melt this in my kitchen too and get away with it because of that really nice creamy ice cream scent. I actually got like a super flower or custom super flower in only this scent, so I'm going to have like a ton of it here in a little bit, but I absolutely love this one. One of my favorites of the week. It's just buttercream, mint, and vanilla ice cream, but decent performance. Great scent from Super Tarts. That one is one of my faves. This next one here is from the Spotted Hog. And this one here is also, oh, I don't have a date on it, but trust me, this one is about a year old. And you know, one thing that like, I wish that she would put like the name of what it was on here, but I do remember what this was is one of their Whippets, like Whippets. And it was like a Fruit Loops cupcake Whippet. I don't know what the exact name was, but that's what it was. I put this in the Glade Warmer in the entryway. It was about a high throw. I really couldn't smell Fruit Loops, but I could smell that there was some kind of sweet bakery scent coming from like the birthday cake or the cupcake scents in there. But anyways, high throw. I found from the Spotted Hog that her throw has consistently been pretty darn decent. So I will probably place another order with the Spotted Hog here sometime during the winter. Okay, this next one here is from 30th Street Crafts, and this was 2 cameos in Pocahontas, which is kind of like a unique and beautiful, soft and powdery scent with a modern, vibrant twist. At least that is the way that Jessica describes it on here. This is a remelt for me. The first time I melted it, 1 cameo I put in the Glade Warmer, and then I melted another cameo later in the 24-watt hot plate. It definitely did a little better in the 24-watt hot plate over the Glade, but overall it was about a high throw. And the one thing about this is it is powdery, but it's not like too powdery. It's kind of like slightly powdery, feminine, beautiful. It's just a really great scent, very unique. And like she says there, you know, pretty much you guys, I just take what the words on here and just say them over and over and pretend like they're my idea. But anyways, it is a really great scent, high throw from 1 cameo each time. So I will absolutely rebuy that one. This next one here is from Tiffany Candles and Honey Bunny. And you guys can see from the date there, this one is about a year, it's over a year old. And this was in like the Teddy Tarts. Honey Bunny is Tiffany Candle's dupe of Honey I Wash the Kids. When I first was getting into wax, I really wasn't familiar with a lot of the nomenclature. You know, like I'd see like Noel and I didn't know what that meant. I'm like, how can something smell like Noel? Like, I don't get it. You know, anyway, so I was sticking to scents that I already kind of was familiar with. And I love Lush's Honey I Wash the Kids scent. It's like a honey toffee scent. I know I said earlier I don't like honey. This is like one of the few scents I absolutely love with honey. So I've had 1 Teddy Tart hanging out for like 10 months and I just haven't melted him. So I was like, okay, I'm going to melt this one guy, this one last guy. I put that Teddy Tart in the Glade Warmer in my bathroom and it did pretty darn well for being a year old. It was a solid high throw. It lasted all night. And this is probably too much information, but I woke up that night like 4 times to pee. I know, I'm like, I've got like an old lady bladder. I don't know what my problem is. But every time I woke up in the middle of the night, I could still smell it. And then when I woke up in the morning, it was still, I could still detect it in the air from that single year-old Teddy Tart. So this one was just really darn good. It's a dead-on dupe, I believe, of Honey I Wash the Kids. If you guys like that scent from Lush, check out that one from Tiffany Candles. That one is a good performer. This next one from Two Timing Tart is one of my favorites of the week. And you guys may be like, if you're familiar with my scent likes and dislikes, you're going to say like, how the heck is this one of your favorites? It's got coconut in it. This one is sea minerals, lychee, and coconut. Okay, I think the coconut in here, I just haven't reached for it because I keep looking at it and I was like, oh, coconut. But I hadn't smelled it in a while. So I took out, it was like a big chunk. So I cut it up into 2. I melted it both times on my Glade Warmer in the bathroom. I love this one. I cannot explain what this is or what it smells like. I do not get a single like nasty suntan lotion coconut smell. I don't know maybe if this is like an actual authentic like coconut smell or maybe the lychee. Like I don't know what this is and what voodoo Becky did in this tart. It smells different from anything I have ever smelled. I can smell like that fruit scent from the lychee, but it smells different from all the other fruit scents I've had before in wax form. And I can also get like the sea minerals. I don't know what this is. I don't know. But I will probably private message Becky at some point in the next couple months and see if she still got these oils. Because this one is like fucking fabulous. And I don't know. I don't know. I'm flabbergasted. But anyways, it was a high throw. Both times I melted it in my Glade Warmer. This one was just a shocker to me that I loved it as much as I did. It smells amazing and just so unique and so different. I really love that one. Okay, this next one here from Two Timing Tart is Sunshine. And this one has a really great scent. It smells like a nice, warm, sunshiny spring day. And I could never put my finger on what is in here. But what this one is white musk, peach nectar, and lemon curd. And I can smell a tinge of the lemon curd now knowing that it's in there, but it's not so strong that like it was really obvious. I think the peach nectar is actually the strongest note in here. She does like peach scents really well. But I put this one on in the 24-watt hot plate, 3 cubes, and then 3 cubes later in the Glade warmer in the bathroom. Both times it was a medium throw. You could smell it, but it was not overpowering. It was like just a subtle floral sweet scent. I don't know. It's just, as with a lot of Becky's blends, they're just blended so beautifully, and they're kind of different and complex, and I can't really describe it, but that one is just, it's really good. Okay, this next one here is from Up the Creek Scents, one of my favorites of the week in Cashmere and Silk. This one was like a single sample tart. Sorry, the camera's not focusing there. I'm going to try to make it focus. Okay, now this one I put in the Glade warmer in the bathroom, and it had a good throw. It was just nice and strong, masculine, musky. I just loved it. Now what is in here is French vanilla, sandalwood, patchouli, musk with rose, violet, apricot, and coconut milk, which kind of surprised me, but it's just a masculine musky scent. So if you guys like that kind of scent, I would definitely recommend this one from Up the Creek. It is a good performer. Now the rest of them are all Victoria's Designer Creations, because I've still got a pretty decent sized stash of Victoria's Designer Creations, so I just reached for a lot of them this week. This first one here is Black Amethyst Lavender, and I can never get scent descriptions for her stuff. I don't think she's got like a list anywhere, so anyways, it's a lavender scent. That's pretty much all I know. This one is a good throw in the Glade warmer in the bathroom. It was very strong. Definitely a sweet lavender scent. It's not herbal at all, but I really love this one. One of my favorites of the week. Definitely a good performer. This next one here from Victoria's Designer Creations was Cotton Candy Twisters. This was a very, very small donut, probably like only half an ounce. And I put this one on in the Glade warmer and the entryway. It was like a low to a medium throw. I just don't remember smelling much. It was probably not enough wax to really get much of a scent throw. My entryway, you know, it's like the hardest area for me because it's like the biggest volume of air to fill. My stuff there just tends to not do that well. So I really shouldn't have put that one in the entryway. It probably wasn't fair to the little donut. But anyways, low to medium throw, at least from that one experience. This next one here from Victoria's Designer Creations is Cucumber Aloe. This one had a really good scent on cold and hot. It was slightly powdery, but also green and fresh, but you can definitely get a powder note out of this, which definitely surprised me. This one though had a low to a medium throw in my 24-watt hot plate. I really wanted this one to throw well because I was really digging the scent, but it just didn't have the throw that I wanted. This one was super strong though. Downy April Fresh, just a laundry scent all the way. I can't describe anything else other than it smells like laundry. I put this one on in my bedroom in the Glade warmer, and it lasted a really long time. I believe I had it on for more than 8 hours. It was quite strong the entire time. Good throw, good performer. If you like laundry, good laundry scent. This next one here is Grape Googly Moogly from Victoria's Designer Creations. The two of the cutest little like googly worm guys, just real cute. So I melted one worm at a time. One time in the 24-watt hot plate in the kitchen, one time in the Glade warmer. It definitely did better in the kitchen. It was like a high throw, and it was like a medium throw in the Glade warmer. Just a really sweet, sugary grape scent. I really like this scent. I wish it was a little bit stronger, but I mean, the scent was really, really good. Now this one was pretty darn strong. Lala's Peanut Butter Cookie. It smells like a peanut butter cookie. It really does. And it was a good throw. I put the entire cookie in the 24-watt hot plate, which probably was overkill, but it still threw pretty darn good. It's not my favorite scent just because I don't think a peanut butter cookie is just my personal favorite type of scent, but it was definitely a good performer. Super strong. This next one here from Victoria's Designer Creations was Pink Blackberry Cotton Candy. It's absolutely just a really good scent. It's mostly a very authentic tart blackberry scent with like overtones or undertones or side tones or whatever of pink sugar. You guys know I'm trying to sound super smart over here, but it's a really good scent. I put it in the 24-watt hot plate in the kitchen, and it did fairly well. It was like a high to a good throw, so definitely enjoyed that one. Okay, these last ones here, I all melted together. They were like, you know, that kind of like small pumpkin tart. So I had one in pumpkin apple, one in pumpkin pecan waffles, and one in frosted pumpkin. And for some reason, I was looking at these 3 small, you know, tarts, and I didn't want to melt it one at a time because it just didn't seem like enough wax. So I'm like, they're all pumpkin scents. Let me just throw them all in together. So I threw all 3 of these in my Glade warmer in the entryway. Overall, it was just like a high throw between all 3 of them. Now, I couldn't necessarily smell like one pumpkin over the other. I mean, pumpkin pecan waffles is a very distinctive scent. I didn't necessarily smell that. I just smelled a sweet pumpkin scent between like all 3 of these together. It was kind of a thick scent, so high throw from my Glade warmer in the entryway. Kind of an interesting experiment, and probably, I hate to say, maybe a waste of each of these individually, but I was just kind of curious to see how they would all do. But anyways, you guys, that is it. That is the whole, oh, that's not, you're not going to be able to see that label there. That is the whole Scents of Days Gone By for this week. So I hope you guys enjoyed watching this, and I'll catch you in the next video. Bye.